Hey, thank you for joining me for Transformers Tuesday, where we're looking at Galaxy Version Defender '01 Galaxy Shining Transformers Model Kits by Blokees. It's an officially licensed product by Hasbro. It's marked 2024 on the box, which is interesting because the actual figures have 2025 on their backside. We have a possibility of 12 different things in here. I'll say things. There are 4 vehicles and 8 figures. You have a possibility of getting either Megatron Special, Megatron with fully armored, and then of course Optimus Prime. You can get him in 3 possible different versions, but not all 3 of them. I got the secondary version, like the second up for Optimus Prime. Let's see what we're going to get in this one. So far I got Bumblebee, which comes in this version right here. I like to call him Shining Lagoon, but they call him Brilliant Bumblebee. And let's see what we're going to get in this particular box. Now, if you've gotten any of these before, they are different so far from Series 2 to Series 1. I did Series 2 first. All right. So inside the container right here, inside the information, you got a little bit of information. It's the same except for the last page. And this one is going to be Megatron. All right, so in the Transformer universe, sentient robots transform into vehicles, a beast of fight. And then it's fight for the future they want to create. And it's in different languages right there. All right, so I wonder which one of the Megatrons I've gotten. It'll tell me on the POG instructions. It tells you that each one of the instruction sheets are different, so you can just take it right here and get rid of the rest because you're going to get too many of those to keep up with. But you can keep this as like a little card, so to speak. All right, let's open this up. Make sure you are careful when you open it up. Like that just had pieces almost fly across the room, it seemed like. I feel like I got the regular Megatron just because I saw the word Megatron. So it says Megatron. So how do you know it's only the regular Megatron? Well, like when Optimus Prime, it tells you special galaxy type. This does not say special galaxy type, which is what the secondary version is, or Megatron fully armed. It's just Megatron, and I'm okay with that. Oh, wow. Okay, so I like to find the chest first and try to figure out what piece do I need to put on the back. Okay, so for him, it is a huge piece to put on the back. It's this one right here. See? And then for him, he's got red eyes because he's been driving all night. So I put the eye piece on and then slide the helmet over it. And I'm wondering if they're going to do the shining versions that light up, because these are the things I got from the Hobby Lobby, and I know I can't use these on them because they're way too big. But something of that size may be needed for something like that. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is put his pants on. We got to start off with his waist. The painted part goes to the front. The unpainted part, which isn't going to be a guarantee, but it's the part that says copyright 2025 Hasbro. All right. Now I tried to find out, looking at the instructions, is he going to have an insignia on his upper arm, which would separate the arms? So the pieces for the arms are going to be the same except for the hands. And I can't tell, but I don't think the legs look any different. So they're going to be the same all the way down. You just have to, which way you're orientating the feet. Okay, so they put the front and the back on for the legs. Now after I assemble the legs, if I can't tell because it's like, so dark, I look at it one more time to see if there's anything different. They appear to be exactly the same, so that's fine. So then I assemble the feet. Of course, the longer part goes to the front. And then the thigh pieces on this aren't going to get you confused like it would on the Kamen Rider ones. That got me confused. So this is now his left foot because I've turned the hole toward the inside to the right side. Okay, now for this piece, see how the feet are right here? That's the front because where it's braced up for plastic, there's got an extra part coming out. That's how you can tell. And then here's his thigh. Now, when you push it in, be really careful to hold it very firmly. You may think it's such a small piece. Yeah, that's the whole point. If you don't hold it firmly, it can fly across the room when you're trying to pressure it in there. All right, so we got legs. We know how to use them. All right, he's gonna have an extra piece. So let me look and see real carefully. All right, there is a difference in his arms. There is that piece, which is very different from the other piece because it's got a little peg thing on top of it. Back in the other figures, these guys, they had holes on the outside, and then they decided just to locate the holes on the back, so left and right didn't matter anymore. But for a while there, you can either choose to have your holes on the outside, which you had to have for Megatron, or a lot of people didn't really care except for Megatron. I was like, I gotta be, me, I'm OCD. So whenever I'm building the right arm, I'm gonna go ahead and do that now before I forget that step. All right, so we got the right arm piece and we got the right hand. I would say these are easier to build, even though they're smaller for old fat people. With us, with the old fat fingers and stuff, if you're younger, like in your 20s or 30s, you'll probably be fine. But for us who are old, it's really hard to hold something this small. But there's less to worry about when you're building, like the shoulders. That was one of the concerns with this thing, is the line of the shoulders. Not a concern here. All right, let's see. The gun goes like this. I was trying to figure out if the gun goes one way or the other. It seems like it go longer part out. And it does, according to the picture. All right, let's get the left arm on. It's my right, it's left. Okay, again, hold these pieces carefully. It's not making that snap noise, which is a little terrifying. There we go. I just didn't want to, it's not that I can't push it in. It's not like I'm weak or anything. I just want to make sure I don't push it in. Flip, it flies out of my fingers. Say hello to my little friend. He's got his Megatron cannon. Very cool. These guys stand really well. They don't have stands that come with them. You know what would be really cool is if you got little teeny tiny magnets, and if these were like metal, like, that would have been so cool. Like make these into stands. All you gotta do is put a piece of metal on the back of this thing, because you don't need to find them on Facebook. I don't care about that. If you put a piece of metal on the back of this, like you find like sheet metal that's already cut, that's, ferrous, and you get teeny tiny magnets. I don't know how you can get a magnet that small. Glue it to their feet, and then bam, you got it. But I would be careful about that, because they do have 3mm ports at their feet that may be used for something later. Like maybe they're gonna make bases or vehicles that they're actually able to attach to, like a skateboard. They also have the port in the back. Now this one's different. He's got a weapon that like this, so it's not going to be able to go in here. So that is a very big difference. I don't know. I don't know if they put it in there for a reason then. But they share, the weapons can be shared with these guys, including the fist, and the heads can actually be swapped. But other than that, their ball joints are much bigger, so we can't do that. There are going to be some sets coming out where you can do other crazy things with them. He is only 2 inches tall. So here he is beside Microman Edison, and he is only 5 centimeters tall. And Edison's only 8 centimeters tall, but the earlier Micronauts were 10 centimeters tall. So he's half the size of them, half the size of these guys. But he's not half as much fun. He's so much fun at this size. He can be used with your Mega Constructs or with your other figures so far that I've built, and with the Wave 2. All right, hey, thanks for watching me, and you have a terrific Transformers Tuesday.